What's up, everybody? My name is Bernard Damon Holcomb. I am the creator and the host of the Damon Speak Show. Welcome to the show tonight. We have a fantastic show planned for you. This is a self-love check-in. Maybe you're sitting at the barbecue. Maybe you're having a kickback with your friends on the beach, wherever you are. Welcome to the Damon Speak Show. Do me a favor, like this video, share this video. If you happen to find this on YouTube, I would love to have your subscribe. I would love for you to hit that little notification button so you know that I'm going live. We're here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I would love for you to join me. Do me a favor. I love interacting with you all in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what you're eating today. Have you had barbecue? I haven't had any barbecue today, and I feel like I've kind of like been missing out. So if you've been eating barbecue, let a brother know so that I can be jealous of you and your barbecue. So this is self-love check-in. And to be honest, I always try to be as honest as I can. But to be honest, I've been going through hell. Like I have been going through it. A friend of mine called me the other day and she said, you can't be posting stuff like this on social media because we think you're going to jump off of a bridge. All I posted was that I actually looked in the mirror that day and I noticed how cute I really am. Listen, I don't think I'm ugly. I think I've progressed past that. But to look in the mirror and to say, oh, Jason, love you. Thank you for tuning in. To look in the mirror and say, God damn, you're a fine motherfucker. Like, I really felt that in my heart. So I got a new therapist. She's really been helping me a lot work through my issues. And she recommended this book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. And it gives step-by-step instructions, meditations, things that you can do to really start to find love for yourself. And so a part of my practice is every morning when I wake up and every night before I go to bed for 5 minutes, I will stand in the mirror and I will just look at myself and I will admire myself. And if I can't find that love for myself, if I don't feel those lovey-dovey feelings, I'll just wait. I'll keep coming back and I'll keep practicing, but it's starting to work. Kamal in his book talks about magic. Kamal in his book talks about how things and people just started to fall into place the more he learned how to love himself. It's happening to me. People that have been reaching out this week that I have not talked to in years, friends, opportunities coming my way. You may not believe in the law of attraction. You may not believe in all this stuff, but I will say, even on a basic level, when you feel good about yourself, when you feel good about how you look and who you are, you just have a better disposition. You just have a better attitude. And if nothing else, people are attracted to that. You may be asking yourself, Bernard, you're so positive. You do the Damon Speak Show. Like, how could you find yourself in this place where you're so low? My cup was empty. I was spooning it out over and over and over again without really being aware of what I was doing, of how much I was giving, and how I didn't really have boundaries set in place to take care of myself because there was a lack of self-love. It reminds me of this song that my dad used to sing in church. It's like the woman at the well, I was seeking for things that did not satisfy. Daddy, if you were on here, you would sing it. But then I heard my Savior speaking, draw from the well that never shall run dry. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, oh Lord. Come and fill this thirsting of my soul. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me whole. Listen, my cup is still not full, but that's okay. It's becoming more full every day. The more I lean into higher power, to God, to source, the more I lean into this self-love practice, the more my cup begins to be full. It's okay to take a step back, people. It's okay when your cup is not full, when you're empty, to take a step back and to turn the phone on Do Not Disturb and to not be on social media and to not interact with people for your mental health. When do you know that it's time to go back out into the world? When do you know it's time to be back the way you used to? It's when your cup is overflowing. See, everyone else in our lives, they're supposed to get what's in the saucer. whatever overflows over the top of that cup and that's left in the saucer, this is what we give to people. This is our boundary. The saucer is our boundary. That's how we know how much we can give. And anytime you're giving from the reserves, from the cup, then you're going into dangerous territory. It's okay. A lot of us are wondering how to let go, how to be ourselves, how to allow, how to surrender. And one thing that came to me this week was those tears that you cry at night that you don't want anybody to know about, that you're embarrassed about, or those tears that you cry periodically through the day, those heaving moments of sadness, baby, that's a part of you letting go. That is a part of the process. So when this sadness comes and it sits on you, and it's heavy, and it feels like you can't shake it, and it feels like it'll never change, and it feels like you're making a mistake, and it feels like you'll never be able to let go, allow the tears to flow, allow the frustration to come, allow the feelings to be felt. I know what it's like to feel like the sadness will never leave you. I know what it's like to feel like the anxiety will never leave you, but I'm a living witness that it gets better. I'm a living witness on your screen right now that this too shall pass. It's passed every other time for me. Antoinette, she's coming on in a second. That this too shall pass. I know it's easy for me to say, or for people to say, don't worry, be happy. It's okay. It's okay to worry. It's okay to be exactly where you are because it's a part of your process. As long as you're willing to take a step, sometimes it's half a step. As long as you're willing to practice being in the present moment, it could just be a breath at a time, a second at a time. Literally, I'm not kidding you. It's a breath at a time. Sometimes you feel like you've taken two steps forward and then you take 3 steps back. That's okay, as long as you keep taking a step. Sit down, rest, turn your phone off, go into your safe place for a little while. But then when it's time, get up and start taking a step again. And the sun will shine. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy always comes in the morning. Thank you all again so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, this is the Damon Speak Show. We're doing a self-love check-in, Memorial Day, honoring all our veterans, people that have died in service in the military. And without further ado, I would absolutely love to introduce to some and to reintroduce to others my beautiful cousin, Antoinette Motley.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry, I had to find the mute button. Hey, Facebook. Hey, Damon. Hey, cousin.
Thank you so much for showing up for me. Listen, I know it's Memorial Day. I know there's a party that's going on, but you made time for your cousin. That really means a lot to me.
Yes, I did. I love supporting people, especially family, but also friends, but our Black people too, right? Just
Yeah.
love supporting people. And to the topic, self-love, like my favorite topic.
For a second, I want to take just a second to talk about support and how sometimes we feel like the people that are the closest to us are the ones that support us the least. What do you think is at work there?
I don't know. Because sometimes I struggle with that, especially with social media, right? Oh, and a lot of people would say, I don't care. I don't care. Somebody like my post or love my post, or, oh, I don't pay attention to that. For me, I do. I do be like, oh, especially if I see like some friends or family members, they'll comment on other people's stuff. And I'd be like, well, they can comment on mine, but not where I'll get to the point where I'm not talking to them no more, or I'm calling and checking them. But it do makes you think like, wow, like why? And that goes back to that. Am I seeking something from this person? Am I seeking some type of praise, recognition from this individual, when all along, most time, and I believe in the algorithm thing. Sometimes I don't even see your post, and that's me. Sometimes and it'll pop up like 2 or 3 days later. Like I'll see stuff that you did, and it'll be like posted 3 days later.
Right.
What is that? Wow. But I mean, especially but going into business, sometimes you'd be like, oh, where my family at? Where my family? Why they're not commenting? Why they're not joining? Why they're not saying, hey, what's up? It do. For me, I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes it do make me look like, like I hope everything okay with us. You know, I hope I didn't do something to turn them off. I always go and look into did I do something wrong? Why?
Right. I feel like there's several ways we can look at it, right? Because I used to, when I first started doing Damon Speaks, I was like, why aren't people really liking my posts? Because at first, the first few days, it was something new. So everybody was like, hey, daddy.
Hey, Uncle Bernard.
Everybody was like, ooh, like. And then as it went on, like things started to go down, but I had to look at like, okay, what is that person going through? Maybe they're not in a mental space to support me, so maybe I shouldn't judge them. But then the second thing is that I think sometimes people are threatened by their close family or friends' success, because then that makes them look at their lives and see what they haven't done or where they're not at. And I think it would do better if if we find ourselves in that situation, to realize that that's just evidence. Just because my social media is popping, that's evidence that the same thing can happen for you. That's not evidence. That doesn't have to be evidence that it's not going to happen for you. You know, because I feel like we live in an abundant universe. Like there's always abundance.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that support thing. And I think a lot of people are dealing with that and feeling that because you just see all the posts and the memes regarding that. You know, they always say, don't, your greatest supporters are people you don't know, which is so true. Like it's unbelievable. But like I've learned like years ago, it used to bother me. But even now I still question, like, I hope everything is okay with me and that person. Cause I mean, I had a conversation with you about that. And I was just like why? Like, like why we support other people? Because then I see them on most people, I see them on other people pages supporting and sharing their friends stuff and always, and I'm just like, but you have family doing the same thing.
Right.
So I make a conscious effort, like especially with my family. If I know my family is into something, I'm like, bam, how can I support you? Because I've been there. And I guess if you haven't experienced that or you don't go through that, then you won't be aware of it, right? Because there's some level of awareness, right?
Yes. People don't realize how important it is for us to feel supported and to feel accepted, you know.
Right.
So if y'all out there listening, this is a prime example. Hey Tiberius, I saw you tuned in, one of my faithful viewers.
Awesome. Hey Tiberius.
Rhonda, what's up, Rhonda?
Rhonda, hey baby.
A like, a share, a subscribe on YouTube. Carnita, what's up?
Hey Carnita, that's my fitness pal.
We're not always asking you to buy something or do something outrageous, but just sharing something on social media is huge for us. So we solicit your support.
Yes, we solicit your support.
Okay, let's get into these self-love memes. We're not gonna be before you long. Literally talking like
I've been drinking. I gotta be focused. Let me focus.
Okay, this first one. Rano, what's up, baby? This one says, allow yourself to transform as many times as you need to be fully happy and free.
Wow. Okay, read it one more time because I can't really see it.
Allow yourself to transform as many times as you need to be fully happy and free.
So just look at my haircut. So like that could tap on so many different things, from emotionally to mentally, even physically. But that's me. I've always said I'm a free spirit. Um, and with that, like I love not transitioning, but I love changing it up. I change my hair up. I have so many clothes because I dress in whatever mood I'm in. So I mean, one minute I'm feeling sexy, I'm in heels. One minute I just want to be, tomboyish, so I'm in my gym shoes. Another minute I want to be looking like a stripper. I'm stripping. I think people should tap into that. A lot of people I feel like are afraid to try new things or dress differently because they so aware of how other people are going to assume who they are or presume who they are or judge them.
Yep.
And that was once me. And so like now I'm just like I never forget this one particular time. I shaved my head. I shaved the sides off. And someone said to me, "Ooh, I don't like that on you." Did I ask you? I like it. And I did. I got upset. I got out of character. And I'm just like, okay, I hate that I went that far, gave them that much power. Because for me, I felt like, okay, am I really okay with this? Then, I kid you not, that night I went home, I was in the mirror like, damn, like, maybe I shouldn't have did this. Like, I'll be married. Like my my ex-husband didn't say anything. So I was like, because he knew not to, because I cut him like, what? You don't like this? No coochie tonight. No, I'll just play it. So, but anyway, I think a lot of people are afraid to be free or have freedom in expressing who they are and what they are, whether it's like with their hair change, the way they want to dress, because we are so afraid of being judged.
Oof.
That's where you find your freedom. Oh, that's where you find your freedom.
Listen, the first word that pops out to me is allow. A lot of times we're trying to fit into somebody else's lane. We're trying to fit into somebody else's judgment. We're trying to fit into whatever we think somebody else is thinking about us, but we got to sit back and allow ourselves to be ourselves.
Allow.
One of the most simple but life transforming things that my therapist said to me, our first session was, Bernard, you realize it's okay for you to change your mind, right?
Mm.
You realize it's okay for you to say today, like, oh, I like that. And then tomorrow be like, no, I don't like that. And the next day be like, maybe I like. We have to allow ourselves the freedom to do that so we can actually find what we like and what we don't, and who we are, who we're not.
But why we're afraid to do that? Like, why do you think a lot of people struggle with that? Not feeling free to say aloud. Well, I did like that, but I don't like that anymore.
Yep.
Well, I did choose this career, but guess what? That ain't working for me. So they stay in there and they're miserable. Or relationships.
I think it's because we live in a society that like touts, you're supposed to know what you're doing. Everybody's supposed to know what they're doing all the time. There's no room for error. There's no room for mistake. There's no room for any kind of change, but we're humans and we're constantly evolving and we're constantly finding our way. I think a lot more people are a lot less sure of what they actually want than let on. And I think if we could be honest about that, a lot more people will be a lot more happy. And maybe the divorce rate wouldn't be what it is if people were able to be like, you know what, I'm not so sure. I don't know.
Right. I don't like who you are.
Right. This next meme says, it doesn't make you weak if you don't heal at the same pace as someone else.
Ooh.
It doesn't make you weak if you don't heal at the same pace as someone else.
Wow. Wow. And you know what? That's something for me that I had to have understanding for other people. Because I am so quick to forgive and move on. And a lot of times, like with family and friends, I could never understand, like, hey, I did it. It's okay. But some people have a hard time with that. And so, not that I looked at them as weak, well, I guess, yeah, weak, but like, why are you giving that so much power when you could just be so much freer if you let that go? And to be honest, I guess I did view them as weak. Like, okay, you need, but not weak as, wow, I did. I would view people as weak or not strong. Like, you're not strong, you're not, because you could let that go. But some people do have a hard time letting go or healing, because healing looks different for everyone. Yeah.
Healing looks different for everyone. Like, self-love looks different for everyone. Everyone's not going to find self-love at the same pace in the same way. We all have our different ways of being and our different ways and our different rates of finding our healing and finding our peace. Hey, Charlotte. So it doesn't make you weak. If okay, Ronald says strength isn't the result of healing. It is a prerequisite. Come on now.
Okay, Ronald.
Strength comes in feeling,
Hey,
and you have
Charlotte.
to feel to heal. You have to feel to heal, huh? My message today is strength comes in healing, huh?
Mm,
The strength
mm.
comes. It's just like courage. Courage is not the absence of fear.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
moving
it's not.
in the fear while
Yes,
you're shaking. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, but you're constantly moving toward it. That's
yes,
courage.
yes.
Whew, come on to this next
Fear. No, it's not. Oh, sorry.
This one says, I be having to go MIA sometimes for my own sanity. I be having to go missing in action sometimes for my own sanity.
So listen, that's me, hands down. And the only person that knows that and understands that is my daughter, Ariana. And when I am going through something, I shut down. I won't answer no phone calls. I get invited to stuff. I'm coming, but I won't come. I won't go. And a lot of people would take that. I feel like they would take it personally. Like maybe it's something that they did to me or, and it's just like, and me being afraid to say aloud, I'm going through some things. You want to know why I'm afraid to say it? Because I don't want to be judged. And I don't want to, I hate self-pity. I hate self-pity. Especially if I'm going through the same thing I went through last year or last month or 2 years ago. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going through. So I'm ghost. I am MIA.
Mm-hmm.
And still kind of went through that last year. So it's kind of weird. Like, how do you go through something without telling all your business, but letting people know, like, I'm kind of going, like, how do you do that? I can't do that.
Listen, I have been trying to learn this and I have been learning this. Not everybody needs to know everything. So you can be going through something. You can simply say, I'm going through something. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going through something and I prefer not to speak about it right now.
You
You
do
don't.
that, they still get an attitude.
So F their attitude. I know my daddy.
Right. Right. But that's right.
F their attitude. This is a part of self-love, right? What
Yeah.
to do for you. My phone has been on do not disturb mode for about 3 weeks. And my people have been getting upset with me because they call and it goes immediately to voicemail. I'm like, listen, right now I'm going through a thing. I'm going through a little storm. I need you to text me. And if you can't text me, then we're just not going to be able to communicate right now. Leave me alone.
But no, don't
Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But listen, y'all, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself by going MIA. As long as someone knows, if you're having thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, there are numbers that you can call and people that you can reach out to. But as someone that has dealt with that, I understand not wanting to be judged, and I understand that not everybody has the training spiritually. They're not aware enough to deal with where you are, because they'll be telling you to do things and they'll be suggesting things, when the best thing that you can do, if a friend of yours is going through, is listen. The best thing that you can do is ask, how can I support you? And if that support means don't call me, just pray for me and send good love and good vibes, and that's it. That's all.
Right. Yes. Hey, Casina, I just want to say, Carnita put, but we tell because we are sometimes looking for confirmation. That's so true. That is so true. Casina said transform. I wonder if I'm late on that post. I'm like late. Oh, hey, Casina. But yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We love interacting with the people in the comments. Hey,
y'all.
Yeah,
trying to interact with everybody, get everybody input.
Self-love.
If they want to join us live, they can too, right?
They can if they want to. Okay. I don't know if we have the Zoom link or how we can. Cody, if you can put it in the comments, I don't know. But let's go to our next meme. We're gonna figure that out as we go along. This one said outside really costs $100 per hour.
Wait a minute, what? Okay, you're gonna help me out with this one.
Listen, I've been going out because, vaccine, fully vaccinated, things are opening up. And I have spent more money in the last like few weeks than I did in the past. No, that's a lie. In the last few weeks than I have in the past few months. Let's say that. Because when you're going out, you spending money, you're doing things. I've seen a lot of memes that'll say, listen, lock us back up because I need to keep my.
See, I haven't been going out. I haven't been going out as much. Well, not as much. Yeah, I haven't been going out. Period. Honestly, I was supposed to go out, but then I got sick. So what you mean $100? So what's that? Your Uber?
Uber Eats. No, actually, that was during the pandemic. Uber. That's if you're drinking, the drinks are always super expensive. The food. You know what? Mine is basically. Actually, I think there's a next meme. Maybe it's about food, but not on food. What's the next meme, Cody? Oh, this one says how my dad sent me every time I swipe it. He be like, "You sure you want to do that?" Do you?
Listen, because Amazon. Is Uncle Bernard still on here? If I want to cuss. Amazon can kiss my ass. I'm tired of Amazon. Baby. Baby. Woo. I got a package coming every day. Shit I don't need. Like, what am I playing this? Then when I get it.
Listen, Amazon is terrible. They don't pay their workers enough, but they have everything I need. Like, I know the Lord has everything I need. Lord, I thank you for everything I need coming from you, Lord. But Amazon be having a lot of things.
Everything. Listen, I know them people be mad at me because I be ordering dumbbells, like 20-pound dumbbells, big ass shells. I know they be like, what's up? I be ordering like, because I'm like, I'm not driving to the store. I'm just going to order so they can deliver it.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, my debit card, like, I had got to the point where I almost like really cut it up. But I was like, if I do that, I'm not going to have access.
I need access to my money, okay? Speaking of family and support, we have a cousin. Her name is Siobhan Robinson. Her husband is named Chris Robinson. They have a company called Everyday Money Smarts. Go to everydaymoneysmarts.com and you will have, they have budget spreadsheets. It's very simple. I haven't followed it yet, but I'm going to get on it. They also have a book that they wrote. It's very, very simple.
They did get a book.
Budget, support our fans.
That's right.
Yep. And that's another thing. If we want to be supported, we have to support, right? So I could be a lot better at supporting my friends and family.
Yes. Oh, Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Vicky said, I think I made a lot of purchases out of boredom. True. Carnita, Amazon the bomb. Amazon is the devil, girl. Amazon is the devil.
What's the next meeting? I think this is about food. Okay, yeah. My bank statement is basically a food diary. Listen, when I'm doing my taxes, it's Grubhub, Seamless, Dallas Barbecue. I mean, it's bad.
You gonna turn them receipts in.
It's bad.
But I don't use those.
No.
But I will say my grocery bill is high as heck because meat then went up, I think, an extra $1 or $2. Like if you go grocery shopping, it's probably the same grocery shopping and ordering food out, but it's so expensive. My grocery bill be so high. Like I'd be to the point like, okay, I'm gonna cut this in half because I'm on that whole healthy kick too. Like I'd be like organic, fuck it, just wash the hell out of this goddamn fruit. Organic.
Antoinette, where do you find your recipes? Because your food be looking the bomb.
Listen, Instagram. So I follow the keto diet, but I be on and off. I go from keto to paleo. Then I call myself trying to go vegan. But I found a lot of my recipes on Instagram. I follow a lot of people, and they just put the information there for free. Like, I think you find any information free at this point. But they
That's
have the step by step, like what to buy. And I shop at Fresh Time Market. There's a couple of them in Michigan, but there's the one I go to is I think it's in Troy. Yeah, I think that is Troy. It's on Rochester Road. But anyway, that's where I go. And they had their stuff is reasonable, but I do because I'd be like, I'm gonna buy organic. I get up in there, I done bought like maybe 8 items that's organic. And then, I'm all into this pasteurized meat, 100% beef, no hormones, all that stuff. Like 1 pound of hamburger is $12.99. So I'm like, okay, either that or the bad shit. Which one?
Listen, I think that at some point I may go vegetarian because there's sometimes when I will look at raw meat as I'm cooking it, and I'm just like, my body just doesn't want this. Like, I'm actually starting to listen to my body a bit more about what's good for it and what's not. And I think that meat may be on the list to like hardly ever. Eventually, that's not my testimony today. I don't want anybody to get confused.
Rhonda said, my bank statement show a list of DoorDash. Girl, you order DoorDash that much? I don't order from DoorDash or none of that.
I'm mad at DoorDash because they used to deliver from CVS and Walgreens. Like, I was trying to get some cold medicine the other night and they won't deliver apparently anymore, not in my neighborhood at least.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, let's go to this next meeting. Oh, I'm so sick. This one says, the fact that I rejected napping as a child makes me sick.
Baby. Naps. Let's see. I hope my the lady I work for, Jordan, ain't watching this. But when I put them kids to nap, I nap right along with it. But now I can't because she just had a beautiful baby boy now. They sleep whenever. But I love napping.
Me too.
Like even today, I woke up at 5:30, did my little workout, and went right back to sleep. Like I took a nap. Naps are so important.
Listen, naps are self-love. We're talking about self-love tonight. Nap is a way of loving yourself.
Nap is self-love.
Nap is bae. Nap is everything. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, I will take me a good nap and I wake up feeling better.
Yes. I do that when I get hungry. And I'd be like, I'm about to go to the store. And I'd be like, go sleep.
A lot of times we're not hungry, we're tired or we're thirsty.
Thirsty, they say either you're thirsty or you're tired when you're craving something.
But sometimes I do be hungry though.
Not right, because sometimes I'll eat a meal and I just be like, still like, and a commercial come on.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you, right? Oh, I hate them fucking commercials. Especially because, when I was doing intermittent fasting, I want to get back to that. And I stopped my eating at 7 or 8 o'clock. Then I see all these goddamn videos of Burger King. And that burger is so juicy and
yes, juicy, hot. Krispy Kreme, the hot sign, a little red hot sign.
Krispy Kreme. I ain't had that in so long. I'll probably test some Krispy Kreme up.
Listen, delicious. Okay, this one really made me laugh, but it says, don't send texts when you're angry. Wait a bit. Have a drink. Talk to your friends about it. Get yourself really wound up and then send it.
So you can really send something messed up. I think everybody has done that where you be like, then you be like, delete. Yes. No, I used to send angry texts. I don't anymore. I'll type it and I'll let it sit there and I'll turn my phone off and sit it down. Then I'll turn it back on.
Okay, somebody like me that's dealt with a lot of people pleasing in my life was always afraid that if I showed any anger at someone that they were immediately going to walk out the door. So it's been really freeing as of late for me to be angry and to say that I'm angry. Maybe not be like, motherfucker, forgive me, but be like, I'm angry at you. and to express that. So I'm a fan of this, you know, not to an abusive level, but we gotta let our anger out sometimes. Now, I will say, as I grow and mature in the Lord,
In the Lord.
maybe I'll get to the point. I have been writing letters in my journal lately to like people that I don't intend to send, and they're actually really cathartic. Like I get out a lot of things.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I think a call is better than a text. I would call.
Because you need to hear the voice, the inflection.
The tone, right. Yes. I think a call is better than like if you angry with somebody like texting, like I would just be like call. Because I've experienced that. Like you just going back and forth. I'd be like, screw this.
Right.
Like,
How do you
not
respond
as
to
tough
anger?
as you were texting.
How do you respond to your friend's anger? Like if somebody's angry at you, like Antoinette, you got me fucked up. Blah, blah, blah. How do you just get defensive and say, okay, I'm not dealing with you right now. You need to call me back later?
No, I don't. And I've experienced that quite a bit. Like where people come to me and I love because that's what I would want people to do. Because I'm not combative. I am not combative at all. Like if I did something, say something, and my experience have been like people will come to me like, hey, I ain't like what you said, or hey, well, I heard you said this. At first I'd be like, oh my God, like I just be like, you're right. I'm, especially if they give me the opportunity to explain why, but I still take responsibility for it. I do. I take responsibility. But after I didn't apologize and took responsibility and you still want to be about it, then that's when it get ugly. Like, I said I was sorry, motherfucker. Where you at? We could talk in person. Fuck that. Like, no, but honestly, if you ask anybody, like any of my friends or family, when they come to me, like, I mean, like, okay, let's talk. Like, I try to explain myself. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Just be accountable about my shit.
Yep.
But once again, if you still just comment, like, is Uncle Bernard still on this?
He hasn't commented in a while. He may be watching this.
Like at a certain point, I just be like, "Bitch, did you hear the fuck I said?" Then I'm ready to fight. I've been anger management.
Before I was able to be angry and access my anger, I would immediately, if someone was angry with me, I would immediately go inside and be in protective mode. But when I started learning how to let a bitch know, like you got me, where you had me fucked up at, then I can start like accepting their anger, because once I was able to give anger, I was able to accept anger. Once I was able to give a no, a true no when it's no, and I mean no, I was able to accept a no. But before then, I was like, I'm not getting angry. I don't feel the ability to get angry. Like, how dare you get angry at me? I would never be angry at you. No, but that's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works, because that's a natural emotion. Everybody's gonna get angry. You're gonna always be angry about something. Like, I forgot, I was having a conversation with somebody and they were just like, oh no, I've never talked badly about people. Oh, I've never. And I'm like, really? Like, damn, I was messy as fuck in my 30s. I started shit. Or rocking hat. But thank God for maturity and wisdom. But yeah, I hate when people be like, oh no, I never get angry. I never raise my voice. I never. Because like you said, those are the people who don't know how to accept it when it comes to them. They don't know how to be relatable to other people.
Yep. Carnita said, I hate to call because the other person will turn off their phone or screen the call and let it go to voicemail, further pissing me the fuck off. Listen, when I call and it's like things, and then it's like voicemail, then I know you saw my call and you pressed that red button.
Yes, Vicky, I am. I'm such a peacemaker. Like, even like I said, even if I know I didn't do anything wrong, somebody be like, you made me feel like this, and I'd be like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Even though I feel like there's no, but I'm just like, listen, I just want to make it okay. well, that's not me, and I guess that's, the sign Libra. Libras are mediators, balancers, or whatever. But I don't like a lot of you would think like when if I get upset, you would think I'm like mean, angry, like always about that life. But
Mm.
I'm not. It takes no, it don't. It take just a little bit piss me off. But yeah, but man, what was the quote? I forgot.
Pause for a second and say, this hair is really working for you. Like this short hair don't care is really cute.
You like it? It's kind of messed up right now because I didn't slept on it. I didn't, it was real quick when she first. Let me tell you about. So let me tell you. Oh girl, Chop City, Chop Shop, Chastity. Girl is the bomb, but baby, why was I in that shop for 4.5 hours? I was there at 10 o'clock. I didn't leave up out of there to 2:40. How about old girl didn't show up to start cutting and styling our hair to after 1 o'clock? But why was my dumb ass still sitting there waiting?
She's good at her job, but that's I don't know. Nothing.
It's so funny because of course I had an attitude because I'm like, yeah, when she get up there, I'm gonna tell like this ain't business. I'm trying to support Black people. She get up there and she's a charmer. Hey. And I was like, oh hey. I'm sorry I was late. This is never gonna happen again. Something came up. And I was like, oh, okay. But when we sat in her chair, she was cutting air. She did a full style on everybody, like cut. You was in her chair 15, 20 minutes top. And everybody left out there smiling, giggling. You forgot about waiting hours.
Dang.
But she is so good. Go to her IG. Black female. She got her own shop. I mean, she is.
Chop City.
Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
Her name is Chastity. Yeah, she's on IG too. But she's the bomb. Like, yeah.
Okay. This next meme says, "Oh, this is so good. Sometimes people don't let you down. You just had them up too high."
Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.
Don't let you down. You just had them up too high.
We do.
Ooh, Jesus.
Why do we have such high expectations of people?
I think it's because we have low self-esteem sometimes. We're always down here looking up instead of realizing that we're actually on the same level and we can look people in the eye. And it kind of feels like that same thing when you're able to be angry, you're able to take anger. Like when you're able to see yourself as valuable, then you can see that that person is not above you, but on your same level, or sometimes it's a little bit below. But you're able to navigate those relationships better.
I totally agree with you, but I feel like where do we learn that from? Is that a learned behavior, or is that just like within us? And I think it's learned because of what we see in society with commercials and how we have people, or how we were raised, how we was taught to raise. Like for me, I feel like even that whole thing, like for me growing up, it was you always speak first to adults, right? Um, you don't talk back to adults. I don't care how wrong they are, what they say. You know what I'm saying? So for me growing up, I always had that standard, even for my daughter. Like, no, like, for example, like we was having this discussion before, and she was just like, she was telling me she has a hard time sometimes standing up to like authoritative, like even her boss, or even like family members who are older than her, and they come to her disrespectfully, right? But she's taught like, no, you don't talk back, you don't confront them, you just let them do whatever. But she was just like, I have such high expectations of them. They're the adults. So why aren't they taking the lead? They should know better. Why am I expected? She was like, why am I expected to know better? Why am I expected? Why do I have all these high expectations of me to carry this when they don't? Sorry, boo boo, because that's what I taught you. And that was so wrong. And it's now she has to unlearn that as an adult with two young children that she want to teach that to. Right? Don't
Yep.
have high expectations. People are who they are.
Yep. And listen, sometimes when you lower the bar in a good way, like if you're able to see that people have faults, like I listen, I
No,
love,
the bar. I ain't going no goddamn bar.
listen,
No,
I
I'm just
love
playing.
a good fairy tale. I love a good fairy tale. But I think that sometimes when dealing with romance and life, you don't always get that perfect fairy tale. Like I know friends that have I love the fact that people could say, you have to be yourself, you have to love yourself so much when you get in a relationship. But I've had friends where the relationship started off really shitty, but they learned and they grew together to become this wonderful unit. So if you're
Where they
waiting, you say what?
Where they at? Because I need a show. I need to watch that show, honey.
It's coming season 2. Season
Yes,
2.
seriously.
Perfect imperfect relationship. Somebody write that down. Um, no, but I think that perfection sometimes gets in our way.
Mm,
And
mm.
when we see someone else and we say they have to be perfect, then we don't give them a chance to be who they really are. And I think that love is about allowing people to be who they are.
But you know what else too? Why do we always assume people know what we want and need?
Come on, say it again.
I forgot what I said. Say no. No, but why do we always assume that people know what we want and need?
I think that
And that's that whole high, like I'm gonna hold you at this high expectation. So when I walk into a room, you should be able to see my face, or you better feel my energy to know something ain't right. And then too, you ask them, like, "Ooh, I hate this word. I'm good."
oh
Like you be going through what I'm talking. So what's going on? Is everything okay? I'm good. No, you're not good. Like you need to tell me what's going on so I can either correct my behavior or like, but why do we assume, why do we put that on people? Like you're supposed to know when I'm upset, when I'm emotional, and then what to do.
and what to do. You shouldn't be in my mind. Why aren't you in my brain? You know what? Instead of me thinking you should be texting me, why don't you preemptively text me before I even have the thought?
Why you ain't ask me how my day was today?
Like you don't. Your life is supposed to be my life. What are you talking about?
And I never forget this one individual I was dealing with. Always do this. You okay? Yeah. And I would purposely like, what's going? Maybe you can take a bath or something. No, just say, can you come? Give me a massage or something. Cramped up. Like what?
Pilgrim, you're right. Don't huff and puff around the house slamming doors and shit. Just tell me what's up so we can solve it. Even if you don't want to talk about it right now, just acknowledge that something is not right. Don't just pretend.
But I feel like that deals with that quote. A lot of times we expect higher of other, or we expect people to know. We put them here like, hey, this you're supposed to do. This is how it's supposed to be. And it's just like, no. Or especially too with money. You know what? Ariana was saying this too, because we were just talking about dating, whatever. And she was, just talking about like one of her friends and how one of her friends is like, yeah, I want this dude. He gotta be this, he gotta have this, he gotta have that, and they gotta have that. And it's like she said she didn't say this to her friend. I said, you should have called her out. That probably would have helped her. But be like, well, you don't have your own car, so why are you expecting him to have a car? Like right now, you living with your mama, but she just like she want to do that's like here, and she ain't dealing with nobody less there here, but you here. Vice versa, women, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes like, yeah, I want a house. I mean, I want a woman who got her own house, got this and got that. Why? So you could live off for her?
And I mean, when we get too far into that territory of what people have to have and what they have to be, like a friend of mine, I had brunch with her last week. She was like, yeah, you had that man that was 6'2" and chocolate and had a medical degree, but he was beating your ass every day.
Damn.
So I think it's more important for us as we mature and grow up in the Lord, that we, now that we look at people and their work ethic, that we look at people and their desire to be and to do and how far they've actually come. I'm not saying to fall in love with potential because I do think that that is dangerous. Like, don't fall in love with who they could be, fall in love with who they are right now.
Right. Vicky just said people are emotionally bankrupt. So they do have it to deposit. Wait, they do have it to deposit.
They don't have it to deposit. Oh, they don't have it. She probably meant
right, yeah, deposit into your life. So true, Vicky.
that's why it's so important to fill up your cup and to love yourself.
You have to fill up your own cup. But why when you do that, people be like, oh, you self-absorbed.
You selfish. Don't be selfish at any cost. Don't be selfish. Give everything you have. No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, no, that's me. Like I said, I have a gratitude journal, and I always, first of all, I always talk about what I'm grateful for, but then I do always write affirmations like, "You are loved, you are beautiful, you are cute, you are sexy, you the bomb, you the shit." Like if you see, and if anybody was to read that, they'd be like, "Okay, she is just too self-absorbed." But I do that because I need that, and I want to give that to myself. Because if I give that to myself, that's what's going to come back to me. That's the expectation. That's the expectation. Like if I can't love myself, how I expect somebody else to love on me like that? You
Right.
teach people how to love on you the way you love on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Whew. High functioning depression is a real fucking thing. Check on your hilarious, smiling, positive, inspirational boss as friends.
You.
Hi.
Yes.
I could be on this show right now, telling you about how beautiful life is or what you can do with your life, and then be suffering internally inside. So don't think that just because you see me here being like the light of the world and everything, that I never go through that.
Yeah.
Check on your strong friends. That's a real thing.
Yeah. I see those posts and those memes so much. And it's so true because that's me. Like I'm like always just so positive and not because it's fake, because that's like truly who I am. Like that's just me. But there are moments where I am down. But when I get like that, I don't come around people. I do not. I don't want to. I do not come around people because I don't want to see that. Not saying I'm being fake or I don't want to portray something else, but it's just that I need to deal with that. And I don't want nobody else to feel me but God.
Woo. Come on,
I don't
God.
want nothing, I don't want like it's gonna be okay. I love you. Like I know you do, but I don't want that from no one else but God and myself. Like, and that was something I learned. Like I've learned to do before, I used to, when I was going through stuff, I would call people like, hey, oh my God, I'm going through this. I just know, you get all that. And that still wasn't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I finally started to get that for myself, give that to myself and seek it from God, from the universe, from a higher power. You know what I'm saying? And then begin to, like, of course, seek out other help, right? Therapists, like somebody licensed, they're talking about, and help me with certain tools, which was writing my thoughts down, right? Making goals, um, some exercise. It was so many different things that you can do, but most important, like I said, I've learned like I don't want nobody else to pour into me but God and myself.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I am God.
Come on now, because that's a secure connection.
Yes.
That's secure. That's the only person that's leaving with you from this world is you and God. So at the end of the day, that's most important. And when our relationship and our connection is tight, then everything else gets better. All our other relationships get better.
Right.
You know what? I meant to say this. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I meant to say this in the beginning because I think that this is very important and it may help set somebody free. I was thinking the other day as I was meditating, and the thought came to me that I actually see self-love as a failure, because what I've been taught and what I've learned is that my job is to get someone else husband, boyfriend, whatever, to love me. And that means success. That means I did it. Finally, he's going to be with me. He's never going to leave me. We're not going to have no problems. But that's not true. So I have avoided doing the work that I've been needing to do for so long because I saw it as a failure. But it's not a failure. It's the way that we win. That's how we get it. That's how we keep it. Because that love will never leave us.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Much
Yes.
as we love, Trey, and Boom Boom and all those people, love them. They can make the choice to walk away tomorrow because it's okay to change your mind, right? I don't want any love that's beholden to me because you feel like you owe me or because you feel like you have to be here. I want you to choose to be with me.
Right. And and that's the other thing too. I still, even for myself, I have to be honest about this. Like I still sometimes have issues when people not the word walk away, but okay, we had this friendship or whatever, relationship or whatever, and I don't want this anymore. Or I don't want what you want. And it's like, okay. Like, how do you be like, wait, but this is what I want, and you wanted it too, and how it just like mess you up all the way. You can't go to work. You don't want to go to work. You can't sleep. You up all night to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. What? Like, especially when you feel like I've done the work, I've done the healing, I did all the self-love, writing, journaling,
Wow.
paintings, sculpting, coloring.
Wow.
And you still affected.
You know what? Listen, I don't think there's a way that if you truly love someone, that you will not be affected. That we need to cut ourselves some slack. I think we need to give ourselves a lot of grace. Like just like you pour syrup over delicious pancakes, pour that grace all over that situation and over yourself. I was, again, going back to my therapist. Thank God for therapy.
Yes, therapy is awesome.
I was judging myself so hard. If you could have heard the words that I was saying to myself as I was going through these last few weeks, like, you stupid bitch, like that's why you can't have no business, that's why you can't have no relationship, blah, 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 like all this negative stuff coming out that I was judging myself for. That kept me in the box. That kept me in it. But the moment I was able to put my hand on my heart and say, you know what, Bernard, it's okay. It's okay. Feel sad today. Feel lonely today. Feel whatever you need to feel today. I'm never going to leave you. Like, I look in the mirror and be like, I'm not going to leave you. So let's have our feelings today. And I would stay with myself. And that helped me start a little by little getting better.
And getting back. And that's what you do. You have to pull yourself up. Vicky put going through that now. What is she put funny faces? What are you going through? No, but no, but like you said, and that's where you said, like, when your cup is empty, a lot of times when people's cups are empty, when they're in that depressed mode, like, how do you pull yourself out of that? Like, what do you do to pull you? Because that takes a lot. Because I've been through a lot of depressive modes. And when I say it takes so much. And like you gave yours a time, like I don't even know. Like I've never, and I'm quite sure I've been in it for a long time, but I've always said to myself, like, no, this is not me. I'm coming out, I'm coming through this. And one of those things that helped me was exercising, yoga. And I would do everything from yoga to hot yoga to, I'm saying, strength training at the gym with the trainer. I would, like, sometimes that helped me to get back focused. And I don't know if it's like a body image thing. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
But not body is not like that's not what gets me depressed. But sometimes it's just other things. Like I feel like, oh, I failed in this, I failed in that, I did this, I did that. Like, or you want to be somewhere where you say, okay, I should be here, but I'm not here. What is going on? What am I doing wrong? Why do we blame ourselves?
I think we blame ourselves because in general, we just don't give ourselves, again, enough grace, and we don't give ourselves time. We think, oh, I'm a positive person. I've done the work. I've done the things. I had the therapist. Somebody breaks up with me. I fall flat on my face. I'm supposed to get up tomorrow and I'm going to be okay because I'm positive and I've done the work. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Give yourself time. Give yourself time.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
A friend of mine said a few weeks ago, take time to take time. Take time to take time. It gets better. And listen, there's so many resources. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Antoinette. We will help you find. I have friends that are therapists. I have my therapist that I can ask, do you know anyone that's trying to see someone right now?
And you know what? I do have, I gotta find it, but Ramita, she posted on our cousin Ramita Montgomery, she posted on her page. There's this website of Black therapists. So you know how some people are like, oh, they just want a Black therapist, you know, if you're Black. Um, and there's like this website you could go to, and it's all different type of therapists, from family therapy to divorce to whatever that you need. I'll find it and I'll send it to you so you could post it. I'll post it on my page too.
Okay.
But therapy is, it's the bomb.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, and I remember when I was telling, I would share with some people like I was in therapy. You don't need that. Why are you doing that?
Please don't do that, people. Don't do that. Please, I'm begging you, don't do that to people.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell people not to seek. Like, no, seriously. Like, and then they'll go into religion, like, well, when last time you've been to church? Church people, I feel like they make you even more depressed because they judge even more. No, I'm so serious, because they make you feel bad for, well, you probably wasn't in your tongues right. Or you probably wasn't, well, what, you know, like, did you fast? And it's just like, it's more, it's, you know, not to say like those things don't work or those things aren't true, because once again, I don't want it to be about what's right or what's wrong. But sometimes when people are in a deep depression, they can't pray their way out. They can't. They
Mm.
cannot. Yeah. And it's yeah. And it's heartening, disheartening
Mhm.
when I hear people say that. Like I said, I remember when I was going through something. It was, when last time you been to church? And at that time, I was in church. I was in church. I was going to church on Saturday and Wednesday, and I was on the pulpit dancing, and was going through something,
Mm.
and had to minister, you know, like through dance, you know, it's a ministry. So you should be ministering to the people, but I was ministering to myself. Yeah, deep.
This has been wonderful. Is this our last meme, Cody? This is the
Oh,
last. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This is the Damon Speak Show. You can find us here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Not tonight because Instagram was acting up, or Twitch. And next week is going to be our season finale, the end of season 1. And then over the summer, we're gonna have some interesting programming, some reruns coming for you guys. We don't want to leave you out. We don't want to leave you without anything to watch on Monday nights. We wouldn't do that. And then we will come back with season 2 with a big bang in the fall. So this last meme says, don't rush the process. The seeds you plant need time to grow.
I need to hear that.
Don't rush the process. The seeds you plant need time to grow.
I love that.
Love you, Pilgrim.
And I received that. But for me, that's I want instant gratification. Well, not not gratification. I want microwave now. Why? Sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, slow, but then it's some, and two, I realize, because I realize, like, sometimes I look at other people's success, especially if they're doing the same thing I'm doing. I see them like here, and I'm like, I should be here too. Like, okay, what am I, like, you know, I need to be here. Like, I started this and I need to be here. Like, when, how do you do that? How do you not rush the process? How do you not rush the process? And don't tell me pray.
Ah,
Don't
okay. Okay.
being real. Like, I get that. Like, okay, I've done the praying, I've done the waiting, I've done the work.
Where is it?
Without faith, without works, without faith, there's no works. How'd it go? Okay, I'm all over the place. But I get that. But at some point, like, it's like, where do you get to a point where you be like, okay, don't rush the process. Okay, I get that. But when do you be like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is not my avenue. Maybe this is not my calling.
Carnita says, I have prayed, given it time, meditated, and blocked.
Mm,
Still haven't healed or forgiven. Hurt still resides in me.
wow.
Thank you so much, Antoinette, for bringing that up, because it's easy for people to just say, oh, this is what you should do. Or if you're in this place, this is what you should do. But we don't often think about the people that have tried all that. So what is the answer for them?
Yes. Okay, what if I went to the gym? What if I journal? What if I prayed? What if I went to church? What if I went to a drawing class? Went on online dating, sought therapy? Because sometimes therapy is a slow process for some people. Some people have success and some people don't. That was something else I found out too. So yeah, so what do they do?
Tiberius says, the process is a goal in itself.
Hmm. I
Life
like.
is not, life is a journey, not the destination, right? Carnita says, exactly. You give it time and still no yeah, you've given it time. You've done all the things that you feel like you need to do.
Still no resolution, still
That's
no
tough.
gratification.
That's tough. And it will be easy for me to say, right? Oh, just sit in it. Just feel your feelings. Do. But who wants to sit in that?
Right. Or it's gonna come. It's not your time.
Hmm.
Like, how do you deal with those feelings?
I think that what I receive and what I feel that I'm supposed to say in this moment is to say that we need to give ourselves permission to find our own way. We're trying to do what everyone else wants us to do, but have we really gone inside and say, what do I need? What do I really want? What is my way? It may not look like forgiveness. It may not. I had a therapist on the show mid-season that said you don't absolutely have to forgive somebody that did something fucked up to you for you to heal. You may look like you've been like, fuck that person, and that makes you feel better. I don't know, but you can find it. I think that you can find it if you listen.
Wow.
Find what everybody else wants you to try, and it's not working for you because it's not for you.
Right. It's not for you. Mm.
What was he saying?
Healing looks different for everyone. Healing is different for everyone.
Yeah.
Wow. And it goes back to that one meme. What was that about? Um, being weak. What was that meme?
Oh, it doesn't make you weak if you heal at a different pace from everybody else or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't make you weak if you have tried everything and nothing is working for you.
Right.
It doesn't make you weak.
Give yourself grace.
Grace, grace, grace. That's it. That's the word for tonight is grace. Self-love and grace.
Yes. Giving everybody else and everything else grace. That's just like too. Someone put on there like you wake up every day. I know you've seen it. Like you go to a job that you hate every day. How do it go? What's the? I can't think of it right now. But like you go to work, go to a job that you hate every day, but you do something else. But it's like, but you're not doing anything. I wish I could find it. Somebody. Oh well, we done lost some viewers. It's so sad. Hey,
Oh, that's right. It is Memorial Day. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
okay. I know, and I gotta go. I gotta get back to my.
I gotta get back to that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Cody, thank you so much. We love you. GPS.
Cody.
We'll see you next week for the season finale. Good night, everybody.
Night.